Hello, my name is Ariana Morningstar, and I'm going to be reading to you today one of my favorite poems. It's by Mary Oliver, and it's called Sometimes. And this poem came to me in a very meaningful way, I thought. I have a little bit of a story to go with it. And the story is that I was um, in an airport, I think in Dallas, and I was waiting for a connecting flight. And my flight got canceled, and I was told that I was going to have to wait overnight to catch my next plane to my destination. And I was really bummed out, and I was in a very bad mood about it, and I was by myself. Um, and I was sitting in the airport, and I had written the name of this poem down. I don't remember where it came from or why. I think maybe a friend had recommended it to me, but I just knew Mary Oliver Sometimes, something to look at. And so I looked up the poem and I read it, and I was immediately blown away. I felt that there was so much life advice and so much pure truth to this poem that is written rather simply, but holds so much more meaning than just the words. And it was impactful for me. And I was so blown away by it that I looked it up and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do more research on this woman. And I found that she had died that very day that I had discovered and read this poem was the day that she died. It was about a year ago, back in January. Um, and I remember sitting in this airport and just like shivers going through my whole body that I had had this really deep emotional connection to this poem that this woman wrote, and that she had just passed away. So I've reread this poem many times since then. And it always illuminates something new for me. I always find meaning in it, I look at it almost as a life guide. So kind of a words to live by, or for me, a poem to live by. So this is my reading of Sometimes by Mary Oliver. 1. Something came up out of the dark. It wasn't anything I had ever seen before. It wasn't an animal or a flower, unless it was both. Something came up out of the water, a head the size of a cat, but muddy and without ears. I don't know what God is. I don't know what death is. But I believe they have between them some fervent and necessary arrangement. 2. Sometimes melancholy leaves me breathless. 3. Water from the heavens, electricity from the source, both of them mad to create something. The lightning brighter than any flower, the thunder without a drowsy bone in its body. 4. Instructions for living a life. Pay attention, be astonished, tell about it. 5. 2 or 3 times in my life I discovered love. Each time it seemed to solve everything. Each time it solved a great many things, but not everything. Yet left me as grateful as if it had indeed and thoroughly solved everything. 6. God, rest in my heart and fortify me. Take away my hunger for answers. Let the hours play upon my body like the hands of my beloved. Let the cat head appear again, the smallest of your mysteries. Some wild cousin of my own blood, probably. Some cousin of my own wild blood, probably, in the black dinner bowl of the pond. 7. Death waits for me, I know it, around one corner or another. This doesn't amuse me, neither does it frighten me. After the rain, I went back into the field of sunflowers. It was cool, and I was anything but drowsy. I walked slowly and listened to the crazy roots in the drenched earth, laughing and growing.